a second. Go here. That's on Steam, right? I believe it's on Steam. I think. I don't understand why this is unstable. All right, let it update. And once it's done updating, guys, we'll try to knock out some Apex with my cousin. So 12 gigabyte update. We're gonna watch that happen. Be right back. Let me see. I think. Let's open this up.
Real life fucking hack script that
Wow.
you gotta do. Like real life shit, G, and it goes on and on. But you know, I'm cyber savvy, so for me to see something like that, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
So only me and this other guy was able to figure it out.
Look, chat. Look, yeah, look, y'all getting some juice right now. This tea time right now. All right, man. Y'all fucking get some juice, man. Y'all some real ones. Keep this in the family. You know what I mean? Y'all getting some juicy shit right now, man.
Oh yeah. Don't expose me, because these motherfuckers will be ill.
I know the good thing your name's Screechy. Nobody really knows, nobody knows my RP name. Nah, you good though. At the end of the day, you just keeping it 100. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Just keeping it 100.
Right? Hey, dead ass G. Well, nobody ever figured out. They're gonna look for that other voice.
Exactly. But
when they went to new district, again, G, it was like a repeat all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been literally making mad money. If you was to calculate everything from the day one all the way to now, they done hit over at least about a 1.6 mil.
I believe it. Because I didn't spend just not even trying with spending money. You know what I mean? And I would have spent way more, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm fucking glad I didn't, man. But that's what I'm saying. It's just, I knew, and I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb at all. So that's why I'm like, you could pull this fucking wool over somebody else's eyes, but not me, bro. Like, I'm not dumb. You know what I mean? And I got hella friends that are fucking smart as fuck too. Like, you're not the only smart one. You know what I mean? Like, just, you may think you're the smartest person in the room, but you're not. There's always somebody smarter. You know what I mean? So, all my friends that watch me, and one of my best friends is fucking really cyber savvy and is a fucking big time fucking hacker as well and shit like that. So they're like seeing me take this L, and they're like, nah, bro, we not gonna let you take this L. Like, let me look into this. So that's when everybody started, my guys started going into the Discord, and they started finding all this shit out. So that's why I'm like, I put his ass on blast in front of his whole entire Discord, and dude didn't know what else to do but try to fucking, blackball me and talk about my family and take the fucking sweat off of him. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, if anybody is gonna believe what he's talking about or roll with him, then you can get banned as well, type shit. On some guilty shit. So, yeah, man.
You know what's crazy though, Ice?
Stream elements.
It's not that
is now lit.
they smart.
Streaming Assassin's Creed Origins.
People don't
Slow and
understand
steady
that there's levels of
Sundays.
intellect. They thought they was clever, but being clever does not mean you are a true intellect. You're just a small form. It's like me saying I got faith in something. That's the most extreme amount of that you can get, like the strength behind a word. You know what I'm saying? And if I said wishing, then it ain't nowhere near the same amount. Faith and wishing is like the smallest form of what faith is. So they was clever. They wasn't smart. They wasn't on some intellect shit. They was clever, and clever motherfuckers always get caught. Because they think they always clever than the other one. They ain't smart than the other one. They just clever. Sly as hell.
Yeah.
Slimy like dog water.
So yeah, man, that's my history with old boy, and I just wasn't gonna have it. So that's why everyone respected me, because I was just like, look, I'm gonna respectfully leave out this bitch. And that's my thing, is that I kept it, you know, that's why I could have been like, you know, fuck this whole city, this and that, but I didn't. I was like, yo, I fuck with everybody in this bitch, but bro doing some shady shit, and the fact that y'all can't see this shit, man, fuck, I feel bad, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, they fucking clearly did it, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, especially now hearing that they got history together, it just solidifies it and makes it more clear that that shit really went down, you know what I mean? Like, I guarantee their conversation went down like, yo, bro, like, you know, I'm gonna do a fucking eco-white, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
I'll shoot you some bread, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Fucking every time fucking the votes get close, just make sure you fucking keep the votes, you know, neck and neck. And then fucking,
Yep.
and then there it is. And then guess what? If an eco-wipe happens, all the shit that we had, fucking, you know, and I made a perfect example, because at first he was like, oh, you may not get the 101s back, and we'll fucking, you know, all your 4PF coins, if you spent fucking, you know, $300, we'll give you like $50 back in 4PF coins, like the worth of it. And I'm like, and then he hit me with, oh, you know, you didn't read the fine print that all sales are final on Tebex and this and that, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, you realize what you're saying is that I could go buy a 1-of-1 right now, and that at any time, when you feel like deleting it and getting rid of it on the money on the item that I wanted to purchase, you know what I mean, that you can get rid of it? No. I'm like, that's not all sales final. All sales final means that all sales are final on the item that I purchased. You feel me? That doesn't mean that, like, that's like saying, and I said this in the Discord. I was like, that's like going to the fucking Rolls dealership, buying a Rolls Royce, driving that bitch for a week, and then the dealership comes back and fucking takes the whip from you and gives you a fucking Honda. No disrespect if you have a Honda, but I'm just using that as an example. You know what I mean?
Put that in there.
You know what I mean? I use that. That's what I said, because it's the truth. It's like, that's like, let's just say a bucket. They come in, they give you a fucking cheaper car. You spent $300,000 on a car, and then all of a sudden they give you, they come repo your car, and they give you a fucking, you know, $300 car, $3,000 car, and say all sales are final. Like, what? That don't make no fucking sense. All sales ain't final. All sales are final on the item that I purchased. You can't take away my item that I purchased. So that's what he was trying to say. Like, oh, well, you didn't read the fine print, and fucking all sales are final, and I can do this, yada, yada, yada. Like, you know, I can delete everything and take it from you. And I'm like, well, guess what, bro? I'm out this bitch, and yeah, I'll be calling my bank. So, and he was like, oh yeah, you can do that, you know what I mean? You know, you'll never be able to come back to the city if you do that. And I'm like, but bet, I'm doing it. So
right, I was say, like, who the fuck cares at this point, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, like, I don't.
You done burned that bridge. Like, I'm straight. Like, I ain't coming back anyways. I'll help you light the match for that bridge, homie.
Exactly. I'm like, you think I want to come back to some shit like this? Like, bro, I'm good. So, yeah, man. So, it's amazing to see that, you know, finally the truth comes out, and, you know, he burnt that bridge with them. Now, I'm still curious to know what exactly happened, of why they fucking, of what he got fired, or, you know, what he left for or fired, because there's, you know, a lot of rumors going around and stuff, but
man, hey, that's easy to figure out. So okay, you remember X, right?
Of course, yeah, X, the developer, yeah.
So with all this going on, but not anybody really knew that this thing took a hard hit. It was going to though. He played in the wrong place. He was better off messing with anybody else but X, because X was actually a big chunk of the finance. After a while, so instead of like cheating people, what he was doing was actually building like a server and then projects, and using other projects to pay into the city.
Because that's what people were saying, like, that there was another city that X had that was an exact replica of 4PF, and he was doing all the same shit in that city, and then 4PF would get the seconds of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't like exactly the same to the T, but it was like, you know, let's say a script was used and motherfuckers wasn't really feeling it, So they'd be like, you know what? Why just toss it away? Let's put it back to you. Because Ice, you know facts, G. And it happens with music and any product. Just because you don't like that shit don't mean I won't.
Yeah, exactly. Damn. So wait, X ain't fucking with 4PF now either, or is he still part of it?
No, he's done. He been done. He had to take a slight little dent, but he was like, I'm not just gonna walk away like that. So what did he do? He went ahead and shut down the Cubics and some other shit, and then Kane lost. I don't know if you remember. Oh, no, you was gone already. So for like about a week or two or some shit, Kane wasn't even an admin.
I heard about that. That's what I'm saying. I heard about that.
I was laughing. I'm laughing. Like, and I'm not even his follower, but I did this when his stream as a ghost. I was cracking up. He was struggling. And I don't mean to laugh at no one's struggle, because that ain't right, because I come from a life to understand what that is.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's karma. It's karma, bro. It's karma. It's fucking karma, bro.
It's like, I remember you, homie. I remember you back in the day when you used to pretty much come out. Motherfucker was nothing. Look where you at. Look where you at now. I remember when they had 72 members of the city all coming after one of my characters before. On some BS trying to make me not want to RP no more.
Making it fun. And see, that was my thing, because I'm like over here thinking, I'm like, yo, like you said, this fool over here thinking he's clever and shit like that. I'm like waiting, I'm like, yo, like, cause Said and all them fucking, obviously I feel like if that's what was going on, they probably fucking, invested some money. They're like, okay, bet. You know how to create a city. You know what I mean? We're gonna let you run this. We're gonna put the 4PF name behind it. Yada, yada, yada. That dude don't know coding. They don't know fucking, all the shit that's going on. So I know damn well that fool was probably skimming off the top too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that's what, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's why when I...
Mikey Fu was the only one actually educated himself to learn how to do a city. I can vouch for that. Like I said, it don't matter if you my enemy. If there's something good about you, I'm gonna put it out in the world. It ain't about just, you know what I'm saying? That ain't how this works. I'm not gonna hate nobody my whole life and then have a sour ass life because I'm have this hate built up.
Yeah, no, you just real. You real, yeah.
So like I can say that about Glitchy. That's one thing that's facts. Is that he literally would sit down and his streams content stopped being like him shooting in Call of Duty, him being in Battlefield. It went from him showing you him doing work. He would clean up. You notice how in the city that it was always like some lag or some BS going on.
Oh yeah, the fucking everything, voice boxes, all that shit was fucking up.
So Glitchy, Mikey Fu was the one who would clean up and wipe behind his ass. But when they got into it,
I needed to hear this, man. This is good.
He lost that part, and then so then he had to find somebody else. And that's how X and all these other people became part of the mix. They would never even been thought of if it wasn't for what happened long ago, like about 6 years ago now. Almost 6 years ago now.
Damn, you an OG with this shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm a data person, so I'm like a folder. I put it all in. That's why I said like my profession is what my profession is. Missy's cold as hell what she does. But
I love Missy.
I just think, I just feel like if Kane could do so much more better if he uses that, like, cause one thing I can say, he has a persona that he can grab some attention, but he takes it to the point that it's like, he starts dragging into like snake mentality with it though, instead of being
and look, and this is like not to cut you off, but that's what fucked me up because in the beginning I was fucking with him, you know what I mean? Like I was fucking with him, you know what I mean? He looked out for me, he got me into the city, you know what I mean? He was getting me right, you know what I mean? Like I was fucking with him, but I'm the type of person where the second I see a snake side come out and you do something shady, I don't fuck with you, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, I'm real short with it. Like I'm old. I'm too old. I've been through too much fake relationships and friendships and shit that I'm not gonna fucking, be like, all right, I'm gonna let that slide and fucking do that because if I fuck with a snake, then I'm a snake. You know what I mean? So that's why when that shit happened, it was just like a whole like skirt, like yo, you just did this shit not only to everyone else but me. I'm like, bro, I'm good. I'm out this bitch, and I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut, you know. And I'm one of the people like I'm never gonna, you know, even right now. But at the end of the day, if you a bitch to me, I'm gonna say it, you know what I mean. But I'm never one to talk about somebody, you know, behind their back when they not there to defend themselves.
Right.
But him, fuck him. I'm gonna say my shit, bro, because that I just done heard way too much shit about him that it's just like, damn, bro. And it's like at the end of the day, if I were to see him, nigga, I'm gonna keep the same energy. Ain't shit gonna change. You know what I mean? Like I would say the same thing. So that's why I'm like, I'll speak on it because it's not like I'm sitting here. I'm gonna use Reckless. Like I'm not gonna sit here and talk about Reckless behind his back. I'm not gonna talk about people that I fuck with behind their back. You know what I mean? When they can't defend themselves. You know what I mean? Like that's just not in my character. So, but when that shit happened. Even then, like with my stream ask and stuff like that, because everyone knows I was having so much fun in that city. Like for my first city RP and shit like that, I was having so much fun, not because of him, because of the people that I met in that city. You know what I mean? So I made like a lot of good relationships and shit. And like Reckless said, I was fucking recruiting so many people from my stream to the city. You know what I mean? And then I even ended real friendships over that shit. Like. I had a guy that I knew, I ain't gonna say his name no more.
Okay.
But a guy that I knew that was my actual IRL homie, I brought him in. He was like, you know, he used to RP, and he was actually the first person that I seen RP in like different shit, in like Grizzly World and all kinds of stuff. And he was like, yo, Ice, I see you in the 4PF city, like, what's up, man? Like, I know it's whitelisted and shit. He's like, I know it's whitelisted and shit, but like, can you hook it up? Like, I'm trying to get in there. And I was like, say less. Like, I have some pull. I'm like, I got you. And I'm like, and I'm such a good dude. I'm like, I know you ain't got it like that. You know what I mean? So I want you to come in, you know, and roll with me and be in my gang. Fucking, I'll pay for your fucking, you know, your prio or whatever. Like, I'll pay for your fucking whitelist type shit. So I sent him the fucking $30 or whatever so he fucking pay for it and fucking.
Das ist nice.
Bist du nervös?
Festhalten! Entschuldigen Sie, tut mir leid. Ich wusste nicht, dass eine junge Dame anwesend ist. Verzeihung.
What's up? I'm back. Sorry, guys.
I brought Reckless in, even though Reckless, I ain't putting Reckless out there like that. He'll admit it. Reckless is fucking, you know, IRL friends with Tortoise. That's his boy. But Reckless was like, I told Reckless, like, yo, bro, like, I don't know if Tortoise ever told you, but bro, like, you funny as fuck. I'm like, come RP with me in the city. You know what I mean? I'm like, come RP with me. Like, I'll, you know, I know Tortoise be doing his thing on his stream, you know what I mean? And he can't, you know, roll with you all the time, but you could come roll with me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, let's RP. I brought Reckless in, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't bring him in. He did his own thing, but like when Reckless came into the city, me and Reckless was rolling together. We was trapping on the corner. We was doing all that shit. So then when I left the city and that shit happened to me, and he started, you know, the shit that got me pissed was that he posted a picture of my dad in Discord and was like, who the fuck is Ice-T and when the fuck did Ice-T do something special? Like, I go, what? Nigga, my dad, yeah, and he was like, and I'm like, niggas is like the real ones are like, yo, like, what? Nigga, Ice has been on Law & Order for like 20 fucking years now, and he's fucking stays getting the bag. Like, you sound like a hater right now, so.
You know what's crazy? Because right now I got my, he's pretty much my big brother.
Mm-hmm.
My brother Q. He's watching us conversate right now while he's in Germany, waiting for Apex to download
What's up?
or update. He comes from breakdancing.
Okay.
Now I bet if he was here right now, I bet he can share of how much that your father Ice-T and the music was back then when they were doing the breakdancing music and he was up there.
Yo, Ice-T.
My pop's in the movie Breaking.
Yeah, he was.
You know, so I know because it influenced us. It was to the point that when I was little, shorty, they had me go ahead and starting to do the breakdancing with them. and they were in the city, Chicago, being Southside boys. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like literally, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Q, I hear you, Q, listening in the background. If you can, go ahead and write it in chat real quick.
What up, Q? What up, Q? What up, Q?
Let me see.
How you doing,
Q?
G?
Go ahead. He's agreeing with me. I hear his stream. Go ahead, Q. Say something in the chat real quick for me.
I got you, man. Let me pull it up.
He said Ice-T was. Yeah, he said Ice-T got that. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So that shit fucking like fucked me up because I'm like, bro, you got a problem with me, keep it with me. Don't bring my family into it, you know what I mean? And I don't want to see all these fucking little kids fucking disrespecting my family and my dad and shit like that, and just fucking because these are all your little, you know, because these are all your little, you know, followers and minions, bro. Fight them and shit like that. You just fucking, you know, like brought a whole nother thing on. Like I still got a whole nother thing on. Like I still got all the screenshots on my phone of like the pictures and shit. Like he was posting pictures of fucking like sweet tea and some mo shit, like just being mad disrespectful. So I leave and all the real ones left. Reckless left, like all my like real homies and shit like that left, right? So then all of a sudden I fucking go on the stream and I see the dude that I brought into the city hanging out with Kane and like rolling with him and fucking like doing shit with him in the city and shit like that. And I'm like shaking my head like, wait a second, what? I'm like, bro, you're my IRL homie. You done seen all this shit that was going down. And instead of you actually like, now mind you, I'm not petty to the point where I'm gonna be like, oh, yo, bro, like I'm out that city, you gotta leave. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna let you make that choice. You know what I mean? If you decide to stay and you wanna fucking, you know, be a part of that, by all means do it. Now all the people that I met in the city, I got no say so to tell them what to do. You know what I mean? Or like I don't expect them to fucking leave the city. You know what I mean? They were in there before me. But my IRL homies that I brought into there, and you say you fuck with me, and you see this dude talking shit about me and my family,
Right.
yeah, you're still in the city,
That's
not
right.
let alone in the city, you're fucking rolling with him, you're fucking RPing with him, you're helping him out with shit. I'm like, I was hurt, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt. So I was like, wow, you made that choice, and you was fucking, you know, you made that choice to fucking be like, all right, bet, like I'm gonna stay streaming in this fucking city and fucking, you know, fuck ICE, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I guess he went through that shit, but I'm in here now, so I'm just gonna stick in here and ride, you know what I mean?
Alright,
and
so
that shit
keep in mind,
fucking,
guys,
that
that
shit
the
fucked me up,
language
bro, because I was like,
is
wow, like it
not
just showed me
indicative
people's
of,
true colors, you know what I mean? I was
you
like,
know,
wow, bro, like
my
that
channel and
RP
whatnot,
shit
but this is someone else's
is
channel,
real, like
and
fool's
we're
really
gonna respect
fucking,
that, and he just,
I
you
don't
know,
know,
he's
man.
talking about how people were
You
trying to
heard
bring
what
his
you about
pops
to
into
say.
this.
You was right. They take it to a whole nother level, and it ain't really even low key because they be out there running their gums like. And no offense to them, the women, but you know how y'all be sometimes when y'all go in that bathroom all together. It be a session going.
Echo's picked a sweet angle.
Speaking of that, bro, let's get a game in. I'm ready. Fucking, you gotta return to lobby. Speaking of that, some funny RP shit. So I used to fucking do crazy ass fucking like RP dates with girls and shit like that, and it was funny as fuck. Like I'd take them on hella dates and stuff like that, and I'd have funny ass RP.
That's
so I was
funny.
RPing with this girl.
I didn't
and
even know that was a
I'm picking her up in the
possibility.
one-on-ones. I'm taking her on dates. We going. The homies are dressing up at fucking the restaurants and fucking we're having like little restaurant RP. Like this shit was funny as fuck. So
Really?
hold on.
In the whole
So then
RP
all of a
world.
sudden fucking I like RP'd with this girl for like 2-3 days, and then all of a sudden she hits me up on Discord and is like, yo, like, you know, I know we're RPing and all, but you know, I have an IRL boyfriend, and he came into the room and like heard me giggling with you and shit like that, and you know, we kind of got into it. So you know, if you can kind of like lay back on it, you know what I mean, that would be really cool. And I was like, yo, like bet, like shorty, I wasn't trying to fuck with you IRL at all. This was all RP, you know what I mean? I'm like, this was all acting, you know what I mean? I'm like, you're not my type anyway, shorty. I'm like, I'm good, you know what I mean? I'm like, say less. So then, all of a sudden, shout out to the homie Manuel Blends. Shout out to my boy Spider Loke.
Screech Chef baby.
We're fucking.
Who would have believed me with this
This
right?
was outside the 4PF studio, and I'm standing there, and I like took her into like right in the fucking front of the 4PF HQ. In the first one, there was like a little trailer, and so we're in the game and we're still hanging out and shit like that. And I take her into the trailer to go like, you know, like so she could take a rest, you know, if you rest, you could get all your health back and shit like that.
I gotta go in there and fix.
I take her into the fucking trailer so she can
Fix
go
all
like,
my
you know,
stuffs.
rest and shit like that. And I come out of the trailer, and
I
fucking the
forgot how to
homie
play this
fucking
game.
Spider Emmanuel was like, he had like a troller voice. Screechy is correct. Your pops was instrumental to the boy. But hey, appreciate that, bro. I'm gonna drop you a follow back, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude.
Fucking she was like Oh no, Manuel was like, yo, bro. He's like, hey, dog. Like he had like his little fucking cholo voice on. He's like, hey, dog. Like, so what the fuck was you doing in that trailer, dog? And I was like, doggy, I just. He was like, did you hit, dog? And I'm like, I'm still in RP mode, and he was like, so did you hit that shit, dog? Did you hit it and quit it?
He's funny. He's a very.
And I was like, nah, dog. Like, I ain't hit it, man. I was like, I got a little stinky pinky though.
Yeah,
right?
that's the cuz right there. He's been serving for the country right there, G. Like literally.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's been like mad years. Not like a few. I mean like he's been there for a long time.
So Q, that my pops was in the army fucking for what 4 to 6 years. He was an airborne ranger, and he went and served, but he never actually served. Like he never like was in the line, but he was in the army for. He was a airborne ranger, the Schofield Division or some shit, for fucking like 4 or 5 years. Yo, what up, Bad? What up, Bad? Me and the homie Screechy just fucking going over fucking the RP world right now. Having a little fucking, it feels like a little podcast going on. Fucking, yeah, so I joke around with the homie, right? And I'm like, yeah, man, I just got a little stinky pinky, just joking, right? Why does old girl fucking go back and watch my whole entire VODs, all my VODs from my Twitch, and come back at me the next day, and she was like,
"You be stalking, bro."
And this is live on stream too. And she's like, "I need to have a talk with you," and I'm like, "Fuck you talking about?" She was like, "I need to have a talk with you right now," and she was like, "Turn off your eyes right now. Turn off your eyes." And I was like, "Turn off my eyes." I'm like, "Fuck you talking about?"
She's talking his VODs.
So I was like, "All right, I'm turning off my eyes. I ain't turn off shit." So she was like, "How dare you lie on me and tell your homie that you got stinky pinky in the trailer?" I started dying laughing.
Baby.
I'm like, yo, so
I'm
you
building
went back in my
network for us all,
VODs
Q.
and fucking saw that, and she was like, yeah, my boyfriend. She was like, my boyfriend saw that shit and got mad, got real mad at me, talking about why are you doing ERP with some dude and shit like that. And she was like, you got me into some drama, and I'm like, yo, like what the fuck? I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, that's when I was like, yo, some of this RP shit, they take way too serious. And I'm like, you realize this is all acting, right? I'm like, I'm fucking acting right now. Like, I was being a character. Like, I don't know, man. But that's why I was like, when I get back into my shit, I'm just gonna have fun with it. Because some of these girls, man, they be fucking playing that role like they're fucking, they're trying to go on dates and they're trying to do all that, RP shit, but then got dudes in the background getting jealous. I don't know, man. It was weird. It was real awkward for me.
That is an awkward moment.
And I already know if you've been fucking RPing for a minute, you've probably been in that situation. Yo, Savvy, what you on, bro? Yo, Bad, you wasn't here, bro, but I fucking rewatched the stream of fucking when I fucking hit platinum. That shit was funny as fuck.
Try as you might. You can't kilowatt, son.
Alright, let me launch this game.
Damn, I'm over here talking so serious, man. I fucking started getting sweaty, man. I had to fucking take my shit off, man.
Shit, that means it's called the emotion. Just means you're not being fake. It's actually your core.
Bro, I'm like talking about this shit. I started sweating, bro. I'm like, oh shit.
No, that's how I used to be way back when I first had a couple of these issues with them. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to like put them out there in the open and shit.
Alright, let me.
I used to keep it to myself.
Close this out. I have Apex running. Let's see if it pops up on the stream. I think it is. All right, cool. And what I have to do, I have to go in and like adjust my keyboard settings. As man, this game.
One day I'll get you out of this. I promise.
Oh, what's this?
Attention, the champion has been eliminated.
Oh, you gone.
There's something wrong with my gun.
You shouldn't be here.
What?
I'm never leaving this prison.
You need to go home. Forget about me.
Who are these
It's
characters,
the
man?
only way you'll be safe.
Warning. Ring.
Head to the bunker. Resupply.
We should get to high ground. That's what my mom always says.
What is the Syndicate thinking, eh? Letting a pup join the game.
I'm a human person.
You should stay here. It's safer.
We're not leaving.
I gotta skip this, guys.
We're a team. Relocate.
Gotta skip it. I've seen it on the Xbox. Now I could have played on the Xbox, guys, but I you know, first person shooters, I want my Xbox to not be first person shooter like related, like, cuz I'm horrible. All right, let me go to settings. I need to fix my mouse and keyboard. All right, so all of that's the same, right? Like C, control, jump, sprint toggle, I got that. Tactical ability is 4, ultimate ability is 5, interact, pickup, inventory. Got that. Aim down. Yep. E is melee, R is reload, too easy. Weapons, cycle weapons, okay. Equip survival item, left alt. Use selected. See this right here, the syringe medkit 4 5, shield is 7, shield battery 8. I think that's what I need to adjust so that it's a little bit faster. And so I need to change these things. Tactical, ultimate, QZ. Tactical and ultimate abilities are going to be QZ. And so I think for equip weapon 1, I don't know how. Equip grenade, G. Okay, so if I hit G, it's a grenade. Got it. All right. So my med kit, I think shield cell needs to be shield battery. Yep. And then my med kit, see, no, 7 here, shield cell, med kit 4. Okay, all right, 4 and 5. 4 shield, med kit. I have to equip a grenade. That's what I have to do. Push to talk, I have it set. I like that. Cool. Yeah, I think it's double tap to sprint, auto sprint. Okay. Maybe. Okay. So let's look at my legends. I mean, so I don't know who Vantage is. Requires 12K. Yeah. What are her? Looks like she is a sniper. I don't know what the deal is. It says, how dare you. I don't know what her abilities are. I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't know who this guy, Newcastle. I don't know. In Ash. I don't know who Ash is. Not even human at this point. Set unseen. Ooh. Yeah, Yep. I guess we can be skills here. Spotter's lens. I see. So the Q tactical, the sniper's mark. Ah, I see. Interesting. Yep. What's this? What is this? Is this like all new stuff? I mean, I don't really want to upgrade. I don't know what this all is, or what this yeah. I mean, I'm just so horrible at this game. It's crazy. Legends. Never really unlocked a lot of these things, right? Like with the abilities and the creative requirement. Like, who's this? Modded load, increase magnet and faster reloads when using. Okay. Cover, build a crouch cover wall. Which plays full cover amp wall that blocks incoming shots. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. This is gravity lift. Okay, I've seen people play that. Remnant, death totem. I like that. That's actually pretty dope. Stalker. Revenant is that's actually a really good. What does Loba do? Teleport, redirect, jump trap bracelet. Tethers get to close phase breach, tear open a one-way portal to a targeted location. A lot of portal jumping, right? Like, what does he do? Ooh, that's cool. Controllable decoys. That's interesting. Press H to control the decoy. Okay. Mad Maggie. I really like this. That's actually, pretty cool. I believe that's pretty cool. Wonder. Caustic is what my cousin uses all the time. He's pretty cracked out of his mind, man. He is so cracked. Like, the dude is awesome. So, and he's just built this character up. I think this is one of his favorite games as he plays. So anyway, I got the game up. I'll probably play and see. Let me go to the firing range. I'll go practice a little bit. Go to the range, practice, and see what's up.
Wings out.
That's shield. Okay, so that's a health kit. That's a syringe. So I need a syringe. And see, that's what I'm talking about right there. So like, so here I'm gonna clear this bind. So I need to set this as syringe here. And then it's not a shield, right? Like, what is this? Yeah, it is a shield. It's a shield cell. Shield cell.